Tiyanak True story. While the legend of the Tiyanak is firmly rooted in Filipino folklore, tales of encounters with this supernatural creature often blur the lines between myth and reality. In a remote village nestled amid the lush landscapes of the Philippines, there exists a story that locals recount with a mixture of fear and reverence, a tale that suggests the Tiyanak may not be confined solely to the realm of myth. The narrative begins in a picturesque hamlet, surrounded by dense forests and echoing with the sounds of nature. It was a close-knit community where everyone knew their neighbors, and the ebb and flow of daily life followed the rhythms of the land. In this idyllic setting, a woman named Elena, a mother of 2 young children, found herself at the center of a series of inexplicable events that would forever alter her perception of the supernatural. Elena was known for her resilience and practicality. Living on the outskirts of the village with her husband Andres, she led a simple life tending to their small farm. Their days were filled with the routine tasks of rural living, planting crops, caring for livestock, and ensuring their children, a son named Miguel and a daughter named Isabel, grew up surrounded by the tranquility of their natural surroundings. One fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the forest came alive with the symphony of nocturnal creatures, Elena was returning home from a neighbor's house. The air was thick with the fragrance of tropical blooms, and the fading light cast long shadows on the path leading to her humble abode. As Elena approached their small cottage, she heard the distant cry of a baby, a sound both haunting and pitiful. Bewildered, she followed the source of the cries, guided by a mother's instinct and an overwhelming compassion for the vulnerable. The cries seemed to lead her into the heart of the forest, where the dense canopy of trees obscured the moonlight, casting an otherworldly glow on the trail ahead. The baby's cries grew louder, echoing through the trees like a plaintive melody. Elena, her heart filled with a mix of concern and empathy, ventured deeper into the mysterious labyrinth of shadows. The forest, once familiar and comforting, now seemed to hold secrets that eluded the realm of human understanding. As she reached a clearing bathed in an ethereal glow, Elena's eyes fell upon a sight that both stunned and terrified her, a seemingly abandoned infant lying on a bed of moss, its tiny form enveloped in an otherworldly radiance. The cries, now more pronounced, tugged at her maternal instincts, urging her to approach the helpless child. Despite the eerie circumstances, Elena could not ignore the plight of the infant. She scooped the tiny figure into her arms, cradling it with the tenderness of a mother. The infant, seemingly comforted by her touch, ceased its cries, and for a moment, the forest fell silent as if acknowledging the maternal connection that had been forged. Unbeknownst to Elena, the village had long been steeped in the lore of the Tiyanak, a creature that lured unsuspecting victims with the guise of a helpless child, only to reveal its malevolent nature once it had ensnared its prey. The villagers spoke of encounters with the Tiyanak that had left a lasting imprint on the collective consciousness, instilling a deep-seated fear of the supernatural. As Elena carried the mysterious infant back to her cottage, a sense of foreboding lingered in the air. The village, shrouded in the darkness of the night, seemed to hold its breath, aware that the encounter with the abandoned child might herald unforeseen consequences. Despite the warnings embedded in the folklore, Elena's compassion and maternal instinct had prevailed. Days turned into weeks, and the mysterious infant, now named Rosa by Elena, became an integral part of their household. Rosa thrived under Elena's care, her radiant presence bringing an unexpected joy to the humble cottage. The villagers, initially wary of the supernatural implications of the child's arrival, observed the unfolding events with a mixture of curiosity and trepidation. However, as time passed, subtle signs began to emerge, strange occurrences that hinted at Rosa's supernatural origins. Animals, once docile in her presence, exhibited signs of unease. The air within the cottage seemed to carry an otherworldly energy, and whispers of spectral encounters circulated among the villagers. One night, as the moon cast an eerie glow over the village, Elena awoke to the haunting sound of a baby's cries. The cries, familiar yet disconcerting, echoed through the cottage. Panic seized her heart as realization dawned. Rosa, the mysterious infant she had taken into her home, was not what she seemed. As Elena rushed to Rosa's crib, she was met with a sight that chilled her to the core. The infant had transformed into a grotesque creature, its eyes gleaming with an otherworldly malevolence. The Tiyanak, revealed in its true form, hissed at Elena with fangs bared. In a state of shock and terror, Elena recoiled from the creature that had deceived her with its innocent facade. The village, now alerted to the unfolding events, gathered outside Elena's cottage. Whispers of the Tiyanak's presence spread like wildfire, and the once hospitable hamlet became a battleground between the supernatural and the human. The village elders, armed with knowledge passed down through generations, devised a plan to confront the Tiyanak and rid the community of its malevolent influence. As they chanted ancient incantations and performed rituals to appease the supernatural forces, the atmosphere crackled with a tension that transcended the material realm. In the midst of the ritual, Rosa's cries transformed into unearthly shrieks, reverberating through the village like a spectral lament. The Tiyanak, cornered by the mystical forces invoked by the elders, resisted with a ferocity that defied its infantile appearance. The cottage, once a haven of warmth, became a battleground between the forces of good and the supernatural entity that had infiltrated their midst. The climax of the confrontation saw the Tiyanak vanquished, its form dissolving into an otherworldly mist that mingled with the night air. The villagers, both awestruck and relieved, witnessed the spectral entity dissipate, leaving behind an eerie silence that contrasted with the tumultuous events that had unfolded. As the dawn broke, casting its golden rays upon the village, a sense of calm descended. The Tiyanak, once a harbinger of fear, had been banished, and the community began the process of healing from the supernatural ordeal that had tested the boundaries between myth and reality. The story of Elena and the Tiyanak became a cautionary tale in the village, a narrative that underscored the importance of discernment and humility in the face of the supernatural. The legend, now woven into the fabric of their folklore, served as a reminder that compassion, while a noble virtue, must be tempered with vigilance, especially in realms where the boundary between the natural and the supernatural is thin. In the aftermath of the encounter, the villagers became more attuned to the ancient wisdom embedded in their folklore. The Tiyanak, once relegated to the realm of myth, had manifested in their midst, testing the resilience of their community and reaffirming the delicate balance between the seen and the unseen. Elena, forever changed by the encounter, became a guardian of the village's folklore, sharing the cautionary tale with subsequent generations. The tale of the Tiyanak, once a source of fear, evolved into a narrative of resilience, unity, and the enduring power of human resolve in the face of the unknown. Whether the events that unfolded in that remote village were a manifestation of the supernatural or a testament to the collective imagination of a community steeped in folklore is a question that lingers in the air. The tale of Elena and the Tiyanak, however, endures as a testament to the enduring power of folklore, a force that transcends generations, weaving itself into the very fabric of cultural identity and shaping the way communities perceive the mysterious realms that exist beyond the veil of the everyday.